Okay, here's your homework help on box plots. I'm going to do one of each problem on each side. So I'm going to start with the front side, and first thing I notice is I got to put my numbers in order. So I'm going to do that first. So the first thing I did is put my numbers in order from least to greatest, and you notice I like to mark them out so that I know that I've used them all. I count up my numbers. So there's 9 numbers, so that's going to make it a little bit easier. So I know, starting from the left, if I have 9 numbers, the 5th one is going to be my median. So my median is equal to 13. Once you find the median, you cover up the median, do not count it, you look to the left. And I'm going to find the median of the lower half. So this is my median here. So I got 2 middle numbers. So I have to add them together. So 8 plus 9 is 17. And when I divide 17 by 2, I get 8.5, 8.5. So 8.5 is my quartile 1. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to find my middle numbers. So I got 2 middle numbers. Again, I have to add them together, divide by 2. I get 37. I divide it by 2, and I get 18.5, 18.5. So my Q3 is going to be 18.5. I know my minimum number's 5 and my maximum number's 19. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and plot the points on my number line. So I know my minimum is 5, so I put a dot right there. I know my first quartile is going to be 8.5. So I go 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8.5 is right there. I got 13. So I count over to 13, put a dot right there. I know my upper quartile, my third quartile is 18.5, so that's going to be right about there. And then I know my maximum number's 19, which is right there. So now that I know what these numbers are, I can draw my vertical lines for my median quartiles. I can make my box, and then I can extend to the whiskers. So I know my lowest number here is 5. I know my first quartile is 8.5. I know my median is 13. I know my second or my third quartile is 18.5. And then right next to it is my maximum number, 19. So looking at that, I can see that the data is very clustered together on the top end. So that's how you do the box plots. So on the back side, again, you want to put your data in order. You're not making box plots, so first you want to put it in order. So once I put my data in order, I notice again I have 6 numbers. So I'm going to find the middle 2 numbers. That's going to be my 2 numbers I add together, divide by 2 to get my median. So when I add 12 plus 14, I get 26 divided by 2 is 13. So my median is 13. When I look on the bottom half, I do not count my median. So I got 3 numbers. The lower quartile is 8. When I look at the top half, again, I don't count my median. My upper quartile is 33. So to find that IQR, the inner quartile range, I take 33 and I minus 8. And that gives me 25, so that's my middle 50% of my data. So the inner quartile range is the middle 50%.